So how does it all look? Is my hair good? It's all good.
The States, you don't grow up with the same understanding of the royal family.
Well, that's just not true.
I didn't know much about him.
Well, that's just not true.
Trump. Ghislaine Maxwell says, Meghan Markle involved with Jeffrey Epstein? Ooh, and also we got a situation with Fergie.
Meghan Markle thinks she has finally left her past behind. Her Netflix show is out, her lifestyle brand is growing, and her life in a big California mansion looks perfect on camera. But in private, something really scary is going on. Ghislaine Maxwell, who is in a Florida prison for her role in the Epstein scandal, has made a claim that could destroy everything Meghan has built. Maxwell says she has paperwork like a CV or resume from Meghan's Hollywood years that shows things Meghan never wanted people to know. Even worse, some rumors say British intelligence MI5 may have known about this for years. They may have had files about Meghan before she married Harry and stayed quiet. Why would they do that? What were they hiding, and what did they know? If Maxwell is really sharing this from prison, it could seriously damage the Sussex brand for good.
Certainly not an outfit that I would have worn. Her stories have changed so many times about what happens, when it happens, how it happens, with different versions. And each time she speaks, there's a different version. In fact, if you look at her BBC interview...
Here's why Maxwell's claim feels serious to people. She wasn't just a random person near Epstein. She helped run his world for years. She helped connect people, and she knew how powerful groups worked in secret. So when she talks about Hollywood networking in the early 2000s, she's talking about a world she understood well. Yacht parties, private events, and rich men meeting actresses Maxwell knew. That scene, reports say she claims to have a CV connected to Meghan from before Suits. Tabloid stories from June 2025 say the document describes work in high-end entertainment circles and private deals with powerful people.
So it was deeply frustrating to sit there and sort of see names of famous, wealthy people. Yes, they were on planes, they knew Jeffrey Epstein, but you kept wondering, well, what else did they know? Did they, did they fund Jeffrey Epstein? And by the way, did Jeffrey Epstein then steal?
Maxwell reportedly called it playing the adult game. That phrase is blurry enough to avoid clear blame, but still sounds like something people in those circles would understand. It hints at paid companionship and elite networking. And now Maxwell is in prison with nothing to lose. Her name is ruined, and she's serving 20 years. So, people ask, why would she lie about Meghan? What would she gain? Not much, but if she really has documents, that could be powerful. Real proof would be like money to her, something she could use to bargain or get better treatment.
Simply because he liked her story. I mean, that's really how they became friends. You know, whatever she told him about how she wanted to become big, famous, wealthy, all of that sort of stuff, well, that really connected with Marcus, as I say, who started out as a waiter and now is a very influential mover and shaker on the social
Maxwell
calendar.
doesn't usually make claims for no reason. When she names people and time periods, it sounds like she's speaking from real experience. That's what makes this so scary for Meghan. And here's where it gets wild. MI5 usually checks anyone who marries into the royal family. That's normal. They look at backgrounds, friends, and possible risks. Reports from December 2025 say MI5 made a dossier about Meghan and Harry. Nobody knows what's inside, but some sources claim it raised serious concerns. If MI5 looked into Meghan before the wedding, they would have checked her Hollywood years and her social connections. If they found signs of yacht parties, rich men, or circles linked to Epstein's world, why didn't they stop the wedding?
So it was deeply frustrating to sit there and sort of see names of famous, wealthy people. Yes, they were on planes, they knew Jeffrey Epstein, but you kept wondering, well, what else did they know? Did they, did they fund Jeffrey Epstein? And by the way, did Jeffrey Epstein then steal?
Some sources say British intelligence is so watchful that they would have spotted any risky connections. One expert said MI5 even checks guest lists for royal events to stop scandals early. So if Maxwell's claims are true, MI5 likely knew. That would mean they had reports and briefed someone, and someone still chose to let Harry marry Meghan. Why did they think they could keep her past hidden? Did they believe it would never come out? Or did MI5 warn the royals and get ignored? If MI5 said we have concerns and the palace didn't listen, then today's chaos could be the result of that choice. Maxwell supposedly says she has a professional CV from Meghan's years after Northwestern and before Suits. That's about 2004 to 2011, 7 years when Meghan was trying to get small acting jobs and build a career.
To buy the clothes that they wanted to wear. She went to the high school where those girls might not have even the money to pay for their school lunches.
Yeah.
And she told them, I have a rich friend who would give you money to give him massages.
But during those years, there are photos of Meghan on expensive yachts, at fancy Monaco parties, and traveling to places many struggling actresses couldn't afford. So people wonder, how did she pay for that life? Maxwell's document supposedly explains it. Tabloid reports claim the CV lists wealthy contacts, events attended, and services done in exchange for access and opportunities.
There's hundreds of us that were preyed upon by Ghislaine Maxwell. She's a very dangerous person, and she threatened my life on many occasions. I've had to move and be in hiding because of this predatory child predator and just victim predator. So it's completely unacceptable for anyone to call her a victim.
Writer Kirby Summers also claimed there were yacht party invites and links to Soho House, where rich networking happened all the time. Together, it paints a picture of an ambitious actress using connections to climb higher. If Maxwell's CV includes names, dates, and event details that could be checked, people could compare it to travel records, photos, and witness accounts. And the most damaging part is this. The CV would suggest Meghan worked in the same elite world that overlapped with Epstein's network. That doesn't mean she knew Epstein, but it would place her in the same social system Maxwell helped run.
Right, that he on his island is flying back and forth with the most powerful and most wealthy people in the world for these pedophilic orgies. And that it is in the union of these two things that the cabal begins to take a shape.
Maxwell would recognize that kind of pattern because she ran those networks herself. She knows the tricks, the steps, and how people got access when talent alone wasn't enough.
Why not bring in I don't know, 2 or 3 seasoned reporters from, let's say, CNN and Fox News and OAN, let's say, and have them come in and look at them. Have them look at them. No recording devices.
That's why this hits hard. It's someone from the inside pointing to behavior she says she's seen many times. And if MI5 had similar information, they would have treated those links as a security worry before a royal wedding. Here's another strange detail. When these Maxwell rumors spread in June 2025, Buckingham Palace said nothing. No denial, no statement, nothing. If it was totally fake, you'd expect a clear response. But they didn't do that. Their silence makes people think either denying it is risky, or they fear what could come out if Meghan sued and evidence had to be shown in court.
The failure to fully investigate and prosecute Epstein's network means that powerful individuals who may have abused children and been blackmailed remain in positions of authority. There's still too much, in my opinion, there's still too much trust in government institutions.
Now, think about how trapped the palace would be. If MI5 warned them and they still allowed the marriage, it makes them look guilty. But if MI5 didn't warn them, it makes MI5 look like they failed badly. Either way, defending Meghan could backfire. So they stay quiet and hope the story dies. But it isn't. It keeps getting louder, with more questions and rumors. And the longer they stay silent, the worse it looks. And then there's Harry. He gave up his role, left his family, and hurt his relationships because he believed Meghan was being unfairly attacked.
Story I just told you, basically. It's going to rock the political world. There's a reason they're hiding it. I don't know how Jeffrey Epstein died. I'm not going to sit here and tell you. I wasn't there. All I can tell you is it's awfully suspicious how that happened. Oh, look, the cameras broke. Oh, look, he strangled himself on a bed thing. Wow, amazing how that worked out. I believe it was one of these forensic pathologists who I saw on Fox who seemed to indicate that there were some issues with that original story.
But what if some of the worries were real? What if William and Charles weren't just being mean, but reacting to serious background concerns? Some sources claim Harry doesn't know everything about Meghan's past. Meghan may have controlled the story about her Hollywood years, and Harry believed the struggling actress who worked hard version. But if Maxwell's claims are true and MI5 really had files pointing to something else, then Harry may have married someone he didn't fully understand. That would shake the whole base of their relationship. You cut off at reports from December 2025 suggest Harry's. Paste the rest of that paragraph and any more timestamps, and I'll keep rewriting them the same way.